Hello students, today I am going to explain you about continental drift theory. So as you all know that we all are aware about the word continent. So how these all continents form means the aim of this theory is simply tell us about how continents form, means how continents split each other. So first of all we must know who has given this theory. This theory was given by Alfred Wegener, German scientist. Alfred Wegener explained everything in detail in his book, The Origin of Continent, which was published in 1915. According to Wegener, the whole continent was a huge landmass, means according to Wegener, the 7 continents were a huge landmass, and this whole water region was known as Penthelasha. This landmass known as Pangaea, and this water region was known as Penthelasha. So as you can see easily here, 7 continents were a huge landmass according to Alfred Wegener. Wegener explained these all things in his book, The Origin of Continent. According to Wegener, all continents were joined into a supercontinent, which was known as Pangaea. And the Pangaea was surrounded by a water mass known as Penthelasha. So, how this Pangaea broke? This Pangaea was broken due to 3 types of forces: tidal force, gravitational force, and Bjorn's force. So what is tidal force? Tidal force caused due to the gravity of sun and moon. So 3 forces which are responsible: tidal force, second force, gravitational force, and the third force is Bjorn's force. Now let's learn something about tidal force. What is tidal force? Tidal force applied by the gravitational force of sun and moon, and it applied on west and east side of Pangaea. Means this force was applied on west and east side of Pangaea, and the gravitational force applied due to its mass, means mass of this whole region, so it applied on north and south of Pangaea. Now Bjorn's force applied on floating objects, and it broke Pangaea into 2 parts. Then Pangaea split into 2 parts. Because of these 3 forces, Pangaea broken into 2 parts. Pangaea broken into 2 parts. So the upper part was known as Angara land and the lower part was known as Gondwana land. And this whole region was known as Tethys Sea. This whole region was known as Tethys Sea. So as we all know that the continents, which continents were formed by Angara land, which continents were formed by Gondwana? Let's rewrite the name of the continents in front of these lands. So the continents which were formed by Angara lands, they are North America, Europe, Asia. Now, the continents which were formed Gondwana land, they are South America, Africa, Australia, Antarctica. So now we all know that how many continents are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But how these continents form? By the broken of Pangaea in 2 parts, and these are the part of Angara land and these are the part of Gondwana land. But as we all know that some limitations were also there. How Wegener proved that his theory was correct? He simply explained that the evidences which he got from the Africa, means the soil, texture, fossils, those all are similar with South America. If you go through with the map of South America, the map of South America seems like little bit this, and the map of Africa seems like little this. If you're going to join this, it's just like a puzzle, jigsaw puzzle. If you're going to solve the puzzle, you find that the both similarities, means Wegener found the many similarities in this region and this region was similar. That's why according to Wegener, this whole continents were huge landmass or supercontinent. But he was unable to prove how mountains form, how physical features form. So that's why some other scientists proved this wrong, and according to them, this theory is not appropriate. For that, they have prepared plate tectonic theory, which we learn in next class.